Hello. Sorry if I'm bothering you. Are you okay? Is there anything I can help with?
Hey guys, if you're in a relationship right now, you might want to watch this. She told me she just ended a 5-year relationship. For a reason most people don't realize until it's already too late. And honestly, her story might make you rethink the way you love someone.
Hi, I'm 31, and yeah, like he said, I recently broke up with my boyfriend. The thing that hurts the most is that we didn't break up because someone cheated. There wasn't some huge fight, no dramatic betrayal. From the outside, our relationship actually looked pretty normal. But looking back now, I've realized something. Sometimes relationships don't fall apart because of one big moment. They fall apart because of small, toxic habits that repeat over and over again, until love just can't carry the weight anymore. And the hardest part is, I didn't see any of it at the time. It's only now, after everything ended, that I started really looking at myself. For a long time, I was the kind of person who expected my boyfriend to understand me without me having to say anything. And I think a lot of women do this. It almost feels natural. When you're upset, you go quiet. When you're hurt, you pull away. And somewhere in your mind, you believe that if he truly loves you, he should just know what's wrong. But now I realize how unfair that was. Men aren't born mind readers, and silence isn't communication. There were so many times he asked me, "Are you okay? Did something happen?" And I would just say, "Nothing." But honestly, there was always something. I just wanted him to understand it without me having to explain it. And when that didn't happen, I started looking at other relationships around me. I looked at my friends. I looked at couples online. I watched videos about emotionally intelligent men, or men who were described as thoughtful and understanding. And I started wondering, why isn't my boyfriend like that? Why doesn't he automatically know when I'm upset? Why do I have to say it out loud? And slowly, without even realizing it, I developed a really unhealthy habit. I started comparing. I compared him to other men. I compared our relationship to the ones I saw online or around me. And sometimes, I even said those comparisons out loud. I said things like, "Other guys do this for their girlfriends," or "Why can't you be more like him?" At the time, I thought I was just expressing what I wanted. But now I understand that for a man, those words don't feel like suggestions. They feel like you're telling him he's not good enough. And no one wants to feel like they're constantly falling short in the eyes of the person they love. I also had another really bad habit, one that I think a lot of people have when they're younger. Whenever we argued, I would say things like, "Maybe we should just break up then." The truth is, I didn't actually want to break up. I said it when I was angry. I thought it was just something people say in the heat of the moment. But I didn't realize that every time I said those words, the relationship lost a little bit of its safety. A healthy relationship can't exist if one person constantly feels like they might be abandoned. There were times when he apologized, even when the situation wasn't entirely his fault. I knew he just wanted things to calm down. He just wanted peace between us again. But instead of letting the moment settle, I kept going. I kept pushing. I wanted to point out everything he did wrong. I wanted to keep reminding him of the problem, even after he had already taken the blame. Back then, I thought I needed to win the argument. But now I realize that when someone tries to win in a relationship, the relationship itself loses. Another thing that really hurts to admit is how differently I treated him compared to other people. I could be patient with my friends. I could be understanding with coworkers. Even with strangers. I could be kind and calm. But with the person I claimed to love the most, I was the harshest. When he made a mistake, I judged him quickly. And honestly, sometimes it wasn't even a real mistake. Sometimes it was just something that annoyed me, and I turned it into a problem anyway. Small moments that could have been simple conversations somehow turned into arguments. At the time, I thought I was just expressing my feelings. But now I see that I was creating battles inside a relationship that was supposed to feel like home. And maybe the biggest mistake of all was that I took his love for granted. I assumed he would always be there. I believed that no matter how I behaved, he wouldn't leave. I thought love was strong enough to survive anything. But the truth is, love can't survive constant disrespect. The day we broke up, we didn't scream at each other. There was no dramatic fight. We just sat down and talked. He told me he still cared about me, but loving me had started to feel exhausting. And hearing that, honestly, it stopped me cold. Because in that moment I realized something. We didn't lose our relationship in one day. We lost it in hundreds of small moments, when I kept repeating those habits and never stopped to change them. Now when I look back, I know it's too late to fix that relationship. Some realizations come after the damage is already done. But as painful as it is, I know this lesson is important for me. Not just in love, but in the way I treat people in general. The way we speak to people, the way we respect them, the way we choose empathy or ego. Those things say a lot about who we really are. If I could go back, there are so many things I would do differently. I would speak my feelings instead of hiding them in silence. I would respect the person I love more. I would stop comparing. I wouldn't use hurtful words just because I was angry. And honestly, I think I would learn to stand beside the person I love instead of constantly standing against them. In other words, I would try to truly be on his side. I would try to understand him more, support him more, and give more instead of always focusing on what I wasn't receiving. Because the truth is, a lot of relationships don't end because of one huge mistake. They end because of toxic habits that quietly repeat every day until love finally runs out of strength. So if you're in a good relationship right now, fix the small things while you still can. Don't wait until the person you love walks away before realizing what you've lost.
Sometimes relationships don't break because of one big mistake. They break because of the small things we keep telling ourselves are not a big deal. If this story made you think, share this video with someone you care about. And if you want to hear more real stories like this, make sure you subscribe.